Hey,
what?
I was like, what happened?
Oh, dang, we all dressed alike.
Yeah, we are dressed alike. Hey, I like your shirt.
I like your shirt.
And I like your shirt.
I like your shirts. They're nice.
Right. How are you, man?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Hey, just living my best life, bro.
Amen. Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. And you know, today is the first time that all three of our football teams won this weekend.
Whoa.
Yes, all three of
Miracles do happen.
Three of us at the same time.
That yeah.
Why are you not happy, man? Why are you not happy?
Because Pittsburgh had one job to do. They just had one job to do. They didn't do it. That's why.
I wasn't. I was rooting for Dallas. I'm sorry.
I know you were.
Why are you not rooting for Dallas, Mark? Why? You know what? We'll get that. We'll get that into the show. Let's welcome everybody first. We're gonna welcome everybody.
I'll do this. Okay. We have a few people on right now. We have a few. So the few who are watching, continue to press and push them buttons. Share, like, and subscribe. I will go in later on to remind the other 3,000 people who come on.
I like
here.
that. Think big. 3,000
here.
There you go.
To push, like, and subscribe for Warriors United FC, meaning for Christ.
Tell that story about this guy asked you about your shirt when you had it on.
For Christ. Oh yeah, so I'm in the store because now and again I do a little bit of advertising with my shirts. So I'll be walking around, and of course someone's asking, I like your shirt. What football team? What football team is that? So I'm like, oh, I see what you're saying. Actually, sir, and I explained to him, Warriors United, we do a podcast show. We do a show every Monday at 7:30. I went like that to 7:30 to like 8:30. So it's called Warriors United FC, and it's for Christ. And why we got a soccer ball and everything on it is because we all love the real football. So that's where we got. So I left my info with him. So whether he comes out or not, but yeah.
He might be on already.
You never know. Because, we see people who don't make comments, but they do view the show.
Yes, they do.
Right.
Because we're getting a lot of views.
Right. So, but we have another. Actually, we all think had a good weekend besides our teams winning. And one team had a draw, which still was okay with that. But, I struggle with that draw stuff. But
well, my soccer team lost. So,
yeah,
that's cool. But that's cool because it's either or. Mm-hmm. So,
but this weekend I was working on getting more of the props for the upcoming production.
Yes,
Why Question God.
Why Question
It's gonna be a dynamic play at
yes,
Transformation Church on October the 19th.
Mm-hmm.
We still have a few tickets left. Make sure you get them because they're going like hotcakes.
Now
we're in the play.
We're in the play for 35 seconds. Thank you, Sharon. We're in the play for 35 seconds.
I wanted to come. I was going to take me and my wife, but unfortunately, there is a homegoing service that I must attend.
The Bible says, let the dead bury the dead.
Yes.
Yeah, and if I don't go, I might be dead. I got some good family, friends, and members there.
Yeah, we want you to be around, so you do right. You're right. How was your weekend, man?
Yes.
But man, other than that, man, weekend was great. We had a wonderful weekend. We launched a new. Well, we didn't launch. One of my assistant pastor launched a new church in Williamboro. Not directly a part of Rehoboth, but she's Rehoboth, so is Rehoboth. And on Sunday, so after our morning service, we went there and helped her do the launch, the dedication of all. It wasn't a full launch. Not the true dedication, but just a little launch between a couple of churches. And our praying over all the stuff that she was really blessed to get a great spot. People donated stuff. So we're looking forward for her doing a great job there. So we're excited about that. So that was my weekend. How was your guys' weekend? What did you guys get into?
Well, I already told you what I did. I don't know what this guy. Oh, I think you helped. What you did?
I'm trying to find out if I can say it. Remember,
okay, we'll wait and talk about that. Yeah. Anyway, he had a good weekend.
Yeah, I had a good weekend. Yes. Your baseball season over.
Oh, really? Who ended your season?
Kansas City Royals again. So now the Orioles, I think it's nine in a row that they've been eliminated to playoffs. 9-0 in playoffs. 0-9 in playoffs. Terrible. Yes, sir.
Earl Weaver is no longer there.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Rolling in his. Yes, okay.
Wow, that's something. But tonight, we have another good show. It's entitled The Fact That You Don't Like Football. So we're going to get into why some people do not like football. And it was interesting because I had a conversation with my wife, and she said something to me which I thought was interesting. She said, it's not that I don't like football, it's the fact that I don't understand the rules and the dynamics of the game.
She don't like football.
She likes football.
No, she don't like football.
But she doesn't understand the rules and the dynamics of the game.
I'm putting all these things up. I'm sure she's just saying hi.
I see. Thank you, Sharon.
We love you, Sharon.
This is from Dexter, So
hey, Dexter.
Let me read this, please. I'll read this one, please. Here is a reason why people might not like football. Injuries? Because of injuries. Football can lead to a number of injuries, including concussions, ACL tears, arthritis, and muscular skeletal injuries. And I might add one too, beatdowns.
Beatdowns.
So people that are watching. Now we are all football fans.
Yes,
both football, American as well as real football.
Right, we're both. Now we're talking about both. We're talking about football.
I know where you're going with the question. Go on, man.
No,
I'm ready.
This is my question, though. So, Mark, you were born here. Simon, you were born in England. I was born in Jamaica. Came here as a baby. But Simon, how did you begin to like? I think you probably didn't realize, because the question was, or what Anita said was, "Oh, I didn't understand it." But I'm sure you didn't understand it when you first came here, unless you're watching it in England. What made you begin to like football?
Oh no! In England, the Chicago Bears era, when they did this Super Bowl shuffle, McMahon, Refrigerator Perry,
85.
85. Thank you. Okay. So what happened was that's when American football started to emerge in England. So they were like little small teams, like my next door neighbor. His name was Sid. He was a lineman, so they were playing. So our footballs compared to your high school football at the time, then whatever. But I like Chicago Bears. So I started watching it. And for me, learning sports rules wasn't difficult. All I had to do was get the major things, why they throwing the flag, why they moving this. So for me, I guess it's not fair because in all sports, I try my best to see what all the rules about in any kind of sport. So, but with football, so when I came here, they didn't even have a football team in Baltimore because the Colts had gone. When I came, they said Simon coming, but they're gone. But the Ravens came in. But at the same time, I was learning football. So it was self-learned. And then, of course, at church, they would play football on the grass or whatever. And so I learned that too.
Did you guys play tackle?
Yes, they did. But wait a minute.
That was fun football.
No, one guy said to me, he says, Simon, you don't want to get tackled, do you? I says, huh? He says, because you run like a dog chasing you or something like that. Because you just move really quick. But I understand it from there. So
Mark, what did you do? Why did you? Now you were born here, but how come you fell in love with football?
Based on my dad.
Oh, okay.
Because Washington Redskins, not Commanders, Redskins was the thing you watched back then. And so we always watched football together. Now, I didn't get really heavily involved in soccer until my son started playing when he was in the 3rd grade. And from there, just take him to rec ball. From there, he got hooked up into club, then started playing in college. And from there, it's just been a whole thing of just the infatuation of soccer and learning more about the European style, the rules, ins and out. But that's about how I got started in it.
Yeah. So for me, right, Dad, I'm Jamaican born. Dad came here. He didn't know anything about American football. So when it came to me playing sports at 6 years old, he looked for football. The world football, and I started
Mm.
when I was 6 playing. And I really tell you how I fell in love with football was my friends, right? Because all of my friends played football, or watched football. If I talked about the Premier League teams, they're looking at me like, "What the heck are you talking about?" They're like, "Who's that?" So the Cosmos were popular back then, but that's the only team anybody even recognized in America. You said the New York Cosmos. Everybody else was, they didn't know those things. So, football became my secondary sport that I loved to play. Then I found basketball. But I enjoyed playing football because my friends played it. Nobody played soccer, pickup soccer. It's funny. You played, and I don't know how it happened around you guys, but where I came up as a kid, you played, I practiced it on Saturday, but when it came to just hanging out with your friends, you threw the football around or it was basketball. If you were big enough, you never played soccer, just pick up soccer. We never did that.
Mm-hmm.
But even when it was here, when it was first united, and they had all that grass in the back. I don't know if you remember that. They had all the grass in the back before they got the parking lots and that. And we used to go out and play. I love playing, so it was like, I'm either going to be a wide receiver or I'm going to be a cornerback because of the speed wise. So,
so you were fast?
Oh, I was real fast. Yeah.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it an objection?
I'm just wondering.
And right now, my son has my genes because he's quick too. So no, actually, all my kids are quick. That means all my kids.
He has his Levi Strauss. and Lee jeans. I'm sorry, man. You open that door. I had to go in it.
Okay, there's gonna be good. There's gonna be a comeback.
I know it.
Levi.
We know that. But I don't remember, Simon. And I hope some folks are watching.
Yeah.
We had I think it was the first time I was in men's president. We had the tailgate.
Yes.
And we had a huge football game. And Bishop Cleveland Jones, if you're watching, he was our quarterback. Me and Simon want to say something. All these young cats. All these young cats thought they were going to whoop us. Oh my God. I'll tell you this, Bishop, I don't know if he still has it, but at that time, Bishop Jones had a decent arm. We killed them. They were shocked. These old men walking around with their holding their backs going, "Oh, it's going to be tough." We destroyed it. But it was great.
But why do you think a lot of people today don't like football, just in general? What is your thought?
I think it's one that they don't understand it. One,
yeah. And one that I saw going down was that they think it's violent. It's too violent.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Don't.
Yeah. So let's start scrolling then, because
stop scrolling. Why are you scrolling reading ahead?
I'm not scrolling. I'm not touching my hands right here, bro.
Well. Along with that, one of the things I think I had stopped watching it for a while was the fact that football has lost its true nature. You can't hit like you used to. They keep changing the rules of the game. It's become too, what's the word I'm looking for?
Not violent no more.
Yeah, not violent anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's what they're trying to get away from. And I think, as my opinion is, as the years go by, it's going to get worse and worse for less contact. Because with the concussions, even when you saw with the concussions, but I do have this issue is that these players, they can practice all through the off season, and they got all these equipment that they didn't have back then, and they got all these equipment, and now they even have their own personal trainers.
Right,
they do this. But yet, with one move, you out for a season.
That's it.
Well, the thing is this, though, right? So you are getting these guys being more built, so they're walls, and when two walls hit each other, there's going to be something that's got to move.
Exactly.
And so back in the day, they tackled. But if you really watch the tackling back then, there wasn't a lot of people who tackled hard because one, there weren't guys physically built to be able just to break through some arms. If you had them, you brought them down.
Mm-hmm.
As the years went by, some running backs got bigger, so it became harder. So then the guys got bigger to tackle them. And then what started happening was there was a lot of violent collisions. Safeties, a quarterback throws the ball across the middle. Man, you better hope to God the safety is not beaming down on you. You had guys like Ronnie Lott to kill you, right? And that's when I think it wasn't. I think football is more popular now because it is not as violent. I think
and and it's more popular with females.
Yeah, because it's not as violent. It's not. Guys aren't trying to. Well, they're still trying to kill each other.
I think the females like the violent too. They're like someone to hit hard.
No, I think the females like watching the guys in the little tight.
No. Stereotyping, ladies. That was not me. That was not me, ladies. No,
that's what it is. That's why you got more of a female population.
Oh, we're gonna get a lineup at church on Sunday.
Just like when you go to some of the boxing matches, a lot of guys would like to see the woman walk around the ring, holding a little sign up. So
Oh, he trying to cover his tail now. He trying to cover his tail. No. No.
So let's look at Ken's question, right?
Okay.
All the important topics in the world today. Why are we focusing on a weekend game that you can't influence in any way, gentlemen? It's my distraction for adult men. Well, I got this to say to you. Thank you for the distraction, God. I need it sometimes because the world's rough. And I need to distract me from those things. So, God, I thank you for this. Because anybody who doesn't understand that's probably all stressed out, doesn't understand why sports are there. They're there to make you distracted from the toils of life. There's an hour and a half of thinking about something other than the world.
And an hour and a half of other hearing someone tearing somebody else apart 24/7. That hour break is good mentally, physically, and spiritually.
No, man, I'm going deeper than that. No, I'm going deep. No. We have had so many different shows and topics on this show for a whole year. So now and again, we may come up with something that we having fun with.
Right.
So we having fun with it, and we know that there's a lot of people typing. So Ken, do me this favor, Ken, though. When we have a football game, come join us, please. Come join us, please. Because I know exactly what position I want to be.
No, but the truth of the matter, is really right, is that everybody's not going to love this show because want to hear sports. But we have a show, last week, everybody's not going to love because they don't want to hear that topic. No. We're not going to be perfect on topics, but every once in a while, we just want to have something.
Have fun.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who don't give two hoots about sports, period.
Yeah.
I mean, sports, period. They don't care. Sport. And we're not here to influence anybody in changing their minds. We're just having a topic, enjoying the topic, and
here's a great topic that we could add with the sports because we're talking about both footballs, right?
Yeah.
How come women don't get paid as much as men in the world football? How come?
Look, crickets.
I know. I got somebody in the Rollins family is gonna return. I know somebody in the Rollins family is going to send me a message about this very soon. I know that, but until then,
she's been on that already. So,
but did you see a lot of the high schools in Maryland now have instituted a women's flag football team in the high school?
No, flag football is going to be in the Olympics.
Yeah, women's flag football is already in FIFA. Is already a sport that's played. There's a World Cup.
All flag football. All flag football. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was surprised to see the Montgomery, the county I live in, all the high schools now have a female flag football team.
Because they're pushing now because they're going to have it in the Olympics. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be picking people to see who can play for USA and all the other countries that in there are going to make their bid. Mm-hmm. So I understand that. I'm not. To go back to the football. I'm sorry. I guess we got to answer it now. When you look at the attendance of the soccer games, okay, Now I know in Europe, you may have, because we do have like first division, we have female soccer teams. The Premiership has female soccer teams all in there. And then when you look at the attendance, it's not really that much. The only ones they really dive into is international games.
Yes.
And so that's all over the world. So homegrown, it's probably the same, but it's the international games that you see most of the fans come in. And with the last couple of years, I'll give them 5 at the most, 3 at the most. The World Cup women's soccer, it's they've upgraded this country in more females playing soccer.
USA, USA, USA.
But yeah, and the thing about why they're not getting paid as much is because the revenue they're bringing in isn't as much. That's the bottom line. The revenue that they're bringing in, even though those stadiums might be filled, first of all, those stadiums aren't as large, or they're not the capacity that the men's stadium is, and the tickets are not the same price.
Yeah, but they're using stadiums. They're still using stadiums that the men use or the college use or whatever.
But they have
the same stadiums.
They have sections tapered off, closed off.
Exactly. Yes.
Right.
So where a stadium for a man's game might be 60,000, women might be 20, 25,000, and it's costing.
Yeah, I'm not talking about their skill level neither. We're just talking about attendance.
Yeah, but it comes down to revenue. I mean, it really just comes down to revenue. We know it's a business. Sports is a business as much as it is a game.
Yes.
It comes down to revenue. They're not bringing as much. WNBA, they can complain all they want to, all these different sports, but we're not talking all sports. But football, the world football, they're not going to make as much because they just don't bring in as much revenue. That's all. That's all. There's
said right there, it is entertainment. It's entertainment, just like Gladiators. Are you not entertained?
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. Hey, you remember that show? Oh, we're not talking about that show. I was going to say there was that show with the Gladiators. Remember that show?
Yes. The sports show.
American Gladiators.
The American Gladiators.
Oh, yeah.
That's the American Gladiators. That's it.
American Gladiators.
That was crazy. I was like, man, this is. I said, I could do this show. And I was like, maybe not.
No, yeah.
Football is a great sport to watch. Watching the players move the ball and stop players from moving the ball is exciting. The agility of the players and the contact. Wow. Go Ravens. Thank you, Ann.
Thank you, Ann.
Which I understand. And now coming from Ann, you don't usually hear conversations like that coming from the females, because now it's getting more and more popular. Let me tell you this story. This real quick. Was watching a basketball game, and there was Rachel's friend. I'm gonna put your name out there. Her name was Audrey Osborne. She was like a part of the family. Anyway, so we're watching basketball, and they're going up and down, and we watching the game, and then she says, "What they got to do? What is the object of the game?" I looked at her. I says, "If you ever say that in public while I'm around, I don't even know you. What is the?" And I guess there's a lot of times too. You may be sitting down with your wife or somebody, and they go to you, "Why did I do that?"
If you don't know, you don't know.
If you don't know, but it's better for them to ask, "Why didn't I do that?" Or something say, why they falling down? Because someone just hit them. So
yeah, but see, that's why they don't ask, because that response right there. That's why they don't ask. I'm not talking this boy.
They just hit them.
Because they just hit them.
That's why ladies did not ask men back in the day, because of remarks like that. What do you think? You got hit.
Oh, I got to read this one. Oh, so my play niece Sabrina says the Rollin kids are required to have speed,
and she's not telling no story.
Wow, look, he abuses kids. You better have some speed.
Excuse me, we're on the phone, man.
I know.
You can't say abuse. You can't say abuse. Oh no. You can't do that. What?
Oh man.
Hopefully it's being passed down to our grandkids, because my grandkids now, they in track. So well, thank you, Sabrina. Yes. You correct. Marvin says hey, we love football so much, we play tackle in the street when it was good amount of snow on the ground. Yes.
I was going to say, you play tackle in the street, you crazy. We played tackle, but out in the street.
But they did, though.
No, not the street. Maybe if there's snow on the ground, but not on the street.
Yeah, but they did when I first came over here. They're throwing the ball on the street.
But they play tackle?
Yes.
That's why there's so many concussions now.
Yeah.
Right. But we skipped one question. Or
yes,
comment.
We did.
We need to go back to this.
Yes.
That one right there.
It says
no,
football.
I put that up like 4 times. You guys kept talking.
Oh, sorry.
Football's like legalized war. Instead of trying to take each other out. Yes.
Yes.
It is legalized war.
It is, isn't it?
So
one side against the other side.
No. But the truth of the matter is, yeah, football, it's a war. And these guys are, when you talk to some football players, they are intense.
Very.
Ray Lewis.
Intense. I mean, Ray's extreme, but these guys, I mean, they get themselves so. I remember I only played football for 2 weeks, and I was like, "You guys are out of your mind. You guys, this is practice, and you guys are insane." I mean, the junk from the junk talking to them really wanting to hit you, and the coaches saying if you did not hit them. Like I remember specifically. There was a play, and I was small growing up. So this is my sophomore year. I'm probably maybe 5'4", 140 pounds, maybe. He put me at fullback. I'm like, what am I doing at fullback?
See, I was left tackle. So.
My job was to block the defensive end, and the defensive end was considered one of the best freshmen in our county the year before. He comes off, so the guard who lets him go, he comes up, and it's my job to block him. So he's my friend, though. He's my friend. So what he did was when he got to me the first time, he just kind of tapped me and we pretended like he was blocking me for a couple seconds, then he left. The coach screamed at him, "What are you doing? You better take him out." So I was like, "Sorry, Roop." Did the play again. All you heard was my helmet go crack, and he actually chipped my helmet. I went flying back, and he's like, "Sorry, man." And
that explains some things.
Coaches did that.
That explains some things about you.
But all right, even that then, and then that's putting us into like this segue. Is that a reason why there's a lot of parents now don't want their sons to play football, or even females to play football?
There's tons. That's the major reason.
Exactly.
The injury aspect of it.
The violence.
Much as they get, "Mommy, Dad, I want to play. I really do want to play."
Nope. You can play. I would invite, like my son played, and I was like, okay. And I was like, he wants to play, but it's not easy. He stopped playing after a year or two because he's not intense. He doesn't have that intensity. And if you're not, you're not going to last long, or you're going to get hurt.
Or you're
going to get hurt. And if you put your child in a situation where they may get hurt, you better be able to bear it, because I'm telling you, ACL things, those things that Dexter's talking about, they're real.
Yeah, very much so.
They're real. Mm-hmm. So it's crazy. But okay,
at the top of the hour, you got to say.
Oh, half an hour already? Lord Jesus, saints of God. Hey, Lord, push the button. Subscribe it. You all right? Subscribe it. I don't even know what to say no more. Just push the button, okay? Just keep pushing. Look on Facebook. Look on YouTube. If you see it and you watch it, or even if you watch half of it, press the share, press the like, and subscribe, and pass it on to someone else to see if they do that. All right? All right?
Wait. Okay, so Ed said she could explain the game.
I forgot one about that one. Forgot one.
Which one?
Marvin. There you go. You didn't do that one.
No, we did.
We did. Tackling the street.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm sorry.
We talked about retirement last year. We did retirement.
Concussion.
Concussion protocol. Concussion protocol.
There goes some girl talk.
Okay. So you're gonna explain the game to Anita. Okay, I got you. Okay. Ravens.
True that. It is true. Dispute me. Okay. And I got you back and dispute it.
I'm not commenting.
What?
I ain't said nothing.
The Commanders have any?
Yes, we do.
What, 3?
We'll find out next Saturday.
Because I know the Cowboys have a fan base, a big female fan base. I know that. Because most times they're crying every week.
He didn't hear that. You didn't hear that.
I'm not listening to him.
Except for Kalen. I got you back,
No,
Kalen.
repeat what you said.
I said because most of them are crying every week.
The number one female fan base is the Dallas Cowboys, 21.5. The second is the Buffalo Bills, 20.8. The next is the New Orleans Saints, 20.6. Next is the Kansas City Chiefs, 20.6. No. After that is the Seattle Seahawks at 18.2. Then the Green Bay Packers, 17.8. New England Patriots, 17.6. Carolina Panthers, 17.5. At number 10, Philadelphia Eagles at number 9, 17.1. At number 10 is Tampa Bay. The Pittsburgh Steelers is number 10. The Ravens are 18 at 13.8.
No, that's wrong.
It might be old when it was done. It was
What would he say?
I'm not going to repeat that right now.
We'll talk about that.
Repeat. January 11th, 2022.
Yeah, miscount.
Yeah.
But hey, I want to add this, though. Here's something that I want to add because Ken asked that silly question about why we're talking about football. ESPN is a Disney-owned channel. Right. It makes more money than all of the other Disney department or franchises alone. By itself, it makes more. And Disney owns Marvel, they own Star Wars, and they own National Geographic also. Plus, they own Disney things. So, ESPN, a sports channel, makes more money than all those other together. Why? Because people love sports, because it is important. All right, that was just.
And if you sign up to the ESPN channel, you get a free beef patty. So.
No, he wants bun and cheese, man. He wants
bun and cheese. Okay, Jamaican patty. Okay. Anyway, from my husband Ronald. Oh, my husband. What's up, Ron? Football is the most popular sport in America and most exciting.
I can believe that. Yeah, I can.
Oh, I got a hum here.
Basketball. It's close between football and basketball.
Well, yeah,
It used to be baseball back in the 70s and 80s, but they've tapered off.
They're trying though.
Listen. I'll read this one.
Please.
Do I think
Holly?
Football players are handsome?
What?
The fifth. What?
Holly?
I ain't say nothing.
You tell the truth, girl. You know what? Okay.
Let's put Ken in there. Speaking of the VP debate, what do you think, guys, of Harris? Franco Harris was an awesome football player. Franco Harris was one of the best football players at his position. Thank you.
That's a good answer. Yep. I love that. Good answer. I remember Franco Harris when I first came into the country.
He was awesome.
Beautiful. Yeah. And Ann goes back, and here go number 1. The breakaway from the pressures of life is true. However, the Ravens can raise my blood pressure at times. Not at times, it's all the time.
And that's how I am about Manchester United. My blood pressure goes up and down. Up and because them boys.
The next question, just flip. I can see where Ken's going with all this.
I love this one. I answer this one too. Should husband and fathers cook family meals 2 or 3 times per week? If football was on 2 or 3 times a week, yeah, we should. But because only on once a week, we cook, we grill, we tailgate. Thank you very much. Great question, Sabrina. I digress.
What?
That's something to our salary question.
Okay. Oh, Deborah. Oh, go ahead. Okay.
In some tennis tournaments, the men and women are paid the same because women are also bringing money in tennis. Yes,
True.
we're talking about football.
I'm gonna stay on this sibling rivalry.
But they do have foot tennis. They do. Why you said? Why you stop so quick? But they do. It's like foot volleyball. You ever seen that?
No, I have not.
No, you just look it up. Foot volleyball, where you can only use your feet or your head.
Okay, well, Ann says cage fighting is legal or not football.
What? I'm the lady. There's such a game.
I know.
Oh.
But we're talking about football. We're not talking.
It's still football.
No, it's not.
No, I was trying to cover your back for the tennis thing. We changed it back to football. Sorry.
Oh boy. Let's get back to this.
My head hurts.
Cage fighting is
I can't even
legalized
see.
war.
Yeah.
Cage fighting is legalized war, not football. So Ann's bringing it up a level, but again, we're talking football. We can't get into cage fighting. Ken won't like us. Cage fighting is like legalized war, not football. There are regulations to protect players in football. There's regulations in cage fighting too. You can't hit behind the head. There used to be the rule that when their hand is on the floor, you can't knee them. So there's rules, but let's not get into it.
Yeah.
And the game moves so fast now that sometimes the players,
Yeah. And please go back and fact check these.
Fact
stats.
check me.
Please.
Thank you, Ann.
I'm debating. That's very debatable what he mentioned.
Because I could be like Donald Trump and say the Dallas Cowboys have the greatest team ever to grow fan base that has ever been. When you come to Dallas games, there's nothing but women in the stands. Thank you very much. I don't.
Yeah, but that could be in the sense of who cries the most.
Yeah, we've been crying a lot.
The Cowboys.
We've been crying for 27 years, man. I know. Hey, man. It's okay for men to cry. My daddy told me that.
Thank you, Ann. You are a fact checker. Thank you.
Well, Ken, we don't know. We'll find out when one of them gets selected.
Oh, Harris.
What?
Harris.
How likes? Did he mean who likes?
Yeah, Harris likes.
Who likes football more, Mr. Trump or Mrs.
She watches Howard.
Well, we know Trump went to the Alabama game, so maybe he likes football more.
Well, no, Harris went to Howard. So she was probably at the homecoming game.
Howard game.
She was at the homecoming game.
Oh, but that's because she's. I think she went to Howard, right? Where'd she go?
Alumni.
The alumni party, yeah. So okay, great.
Trump ain't go no football game, man.
Every sitting president, by the way, has gone to a football game.
Yes.
While they were president. Every president. Going all the way back.
Doesn't necessarily mean that they like the sport. Doesn't mean that they like it. It's probably part of the thing they have to go show face.
Yes.
No, all of them like the sport. Mm-hmm. Most of them went to their alma maters. I think the one that went to the most, I think Trump was one and Truman was number 2. I forget.
Oh, now this is good. Who determines these players' salaries? And that's been an ongoing conversation that we often have about sports in general, because even with the premiership, some of the ones who get paid big bucks, NFL players, sports across the whole board, these players get paid big bucks. So that's a good question. I don't know who determines their salaries.
Three factors. Three factors. Position,
mm-hmm.
your salary cap availability, and then lastly, your agent. Those are the 3 most important parts to a player getting a good salary.
So the agent is the person who mostly negotiates.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the agent is the one who will tally you versus another. So like for this, let's talk about American football, right? So the quarterback is considered the most important position in American football. So those are the highest paid individuals. Right. So for instance, they will take Lamar Jackson and say, okay, let me compare you to what's his name in Kansas City? What's his name in Kansas City?
Mahomes.
I'm going to compare your numbers to Mahomes' numbers. And as his agent, I'm going to try to show a story why he should get paid more than Mahomes. right?
Alabama, Georgia.
That's what happens. So that's how they determine. Now, if you are playing a position like a safety or you're a third string linebacker, you're not going to make the money because your stats don't say anything. So your agent can't buy you. Now, in the world football and football, the world sport is a little bit different. Mainly it's your ability, your talent level, and need for that team. So Messi, Ronaldo, the top players in the world are going to make the money, but they don't have to be all strikers. They don't have to be all forwards. You can have a midfielder make that much money as they do because of their importance and what they do. Defenders and goalies, not as much. Unless you're a top-notch goalie, you're not going to make that type of money. But you still can make really good money. But normally it's the best player, the number 10 player, wherever he is on the field, normally makes the best money.
I would have thought the goalie would have been maybe the second highest paid person.
No,
I would have thought.
Like Rupert says, you can play good, but if you get a chance to play for your international team, then of course things rise because you're playing for international. But goalkeepers, I guess he's pretty basic, and there are some great goalkeepers out there.
Yes, they are.
So, but if you can make an international team, which is not easy to do, I'm sure your level of payment will go up. And I did do a fact check that actually Donald Trump was at the Alabama and Georgia game. So he said that if he wasn't there, he wouldn't have been a bigger crowd. But since they knew he was going to be there, everybody came.
Yeah. Like Alabama doesn't pack a stadium. Alabama and Georgia don't pack a stadium. Two of the best teams in the country. First of all, football in the South packs stadiums. Your team could stink.
Exactly.
They're going to pack the stadium. He's incredible. I don't want to talk about
No, I said that, not him.
Oh.
Yeah, no, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Who? I'm assuming this says "Go Ravens." So he might have been doing that while he was asleep, as Monica said, and hit the U and not the O. He's taking a nap.
Oh man.
Which is that's changed also.
That's changed.
Yes, the president.
They still invite. No, they started up again.
They do. Some have refused.
Yeah, but that was when Trump was in office.
Yes,
Right.
And not just the football team neither.
When Trump was in office, was the only time people ever refused to come to the White House.
Yes.
Wasn't that the year he fed them McDonald's food? One of the teams that came.
I think that was college. He invited the college, and I think the college.
They all got McDonald's and a milkshake.
She says, my wife says, I can throw a ball. Just don't throw it at me.
No, she can't throw a ball.
Just don't throw it at me.
No.
Whatever you do, just don't throw it at me.
No, she can't throw a ball, and I'll prove it before I leave. I'll give her a ball, and she can throw it to me. She can't throw it. Not more than 10 yards.
There are some who can sling that rock. Don't
we know that, but we know that for a fact. We know that for a fact.
That rock, yeah.
Especially with the lingerie league.
Oh, geez.
And they be hitting.
But no, actually, she can throw a ball because First United Washington team, we had the Unifying Force softball team.
That was then.
Back then, we all were playing baseball. I mean, she could throw a ball. I was surprised. She can really throw.
See that? Hey.
It was a Nerf.
It wasn't a Nerf. It was a softball. I got your back, babe.
Okay, so
I guess I ain't get no coffee tonight.
Let's go back. Ollie, I just want to talk about that football player comment you made. I don't know
exactly.
about
I want to go back to that one too.
They're so handsome. They're so handsome.
So, but let's talk about this then. So we know there's reasons why people don't like it. Well, I'm gonna give reasons why they should like it. If you don't like football, either sport, let's talk about reasons why you should like football. Why do you, if you were gonna tell somebody this is why you should love this sport, what would you tell them? Start with American football. It's not good you guys are silent.
Go ahead.
Oh, you waiting for me?
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Thank you. Anyway, you'd have to sit down actually one-on-one and explain. In other words, we're all going to, let me say, for instance, we're all going to go to the cafeteria on Sunday to watch the Battle of the Beltway. The Commanders and the Ravens. That's what we're going to do at church on Sunday. Letting you all know that now. We're going to be there.
Actually, it's Battle of 95, not the Beltway, but it's okay anyway.
Is 95 a Beltway?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's not the Beltway, because neither stadium's on the same Beltway.
Okay, 695. All right, then. To 495.
There you go.
Okay, my bad. Lord. Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
But they're both of them on the 95.
Yeah, whatever. And I mean, that's like if someone really don't know and they're trying to, for the first time, and they just, what you say, they're just going to look because they want to go just for everybody to get together.
Right.
It's like, do you watch football? Nah, I don't watch it. I don't like it. Well, let me explain this to you then. And then try and explain some of it, the reasons. When people get to know a little bit more about whatever subject you're talking about, they may start making an interest. Because I know Rachel really didn't like football or a lot of sports, but to explain why they did this or why they do that, yep. She screamed louder. Well, I don't scream, but she screamed louder. Everything happened, she screamed because she knows about the play now or whatever or what should happen. But I think it's more about one-on-one, trying to explain the game, even if it's little by little. So,
and my take would be, in addition to that, when you get a group of people together, it's fun. I mean, you get the tailgating, you get the whole togetherness type of thing.
Yeah,
it brings about an excitement. Even if you don't know the game, just being around people who do, it just makes you feel more included because you may not know all the ins and outs, but you're with someone who can explain it to you along the way.
Yeah, I would say that, it's just like you said, it's an exciting game to watch when you understand. It's the first thing I'd say. The second thing I'd say is there's camaraderie. And even if you and your friend like two different teams, during that 1 hour, it's so funny when your team scores a full touchdown, you can point to them and there's just this joking about with each other. But then when the game's over, it's not like politics. I don't go home and say I'm never going to talk to this guy again.
No.
You wait till the next week. You wait till the next game, and so it's a lot of fun there.
Now, if you're in the UK, that's a different story.
He beat me. He beat me to that.
I'm talking about American football, not the world.
It's not okay. It's not okay. But remember this, Ruben. Remember, I was trying to make him understand,
right,
that he's a Man United fan. You can't like Man City. You can't say I'm rooting for him for no reason. No reason. Keep it in yourself. Yeah, they got to win this game so we can go. But don't tell nobody. But you cannot physically tell somebody, oh, Man City, all right. No, you can't do that.
But see, that's the difference over here.
Yes.
People can sit in the stands with a half and half jersey on.
Which I found out.
Well,
everybody got to be nice to each other.
You got to be. Some stadiums you can't. Like you can't do it in the Eagles.
Philly and the Yankees.
Eagles, you can't do it, right?
Nope.
You can't wear your cowboy. There might be some like your cowboy shirt or your Redskin shirt or your Giant shirt on the Eagle section. You're asking for trouble.
Yes.
So it's kind of tough. But you're right. For most stadiums, I've seen games where friends have gone sitting in games. You see them in the stands. You see two different jerseys. They're going, "We're number one," and you're like, "Yeah." In England, that's not happening.
No,
in the world sport, it's not happening. Italy,
I don't know. Yeah.
Italy and France are not going to be friends.
I don't know if I told you this. I know I may have told Mark when Rachel gave me when I first came over here. Went to my first Orioles game.
Yeah,
and we were playing the Yankees. So did I tell you I'm sitting in the stands? Yeah, okay. Orioles got to run. Everyone, hey, let's go! Oh, let's go! Oh, and then the Yankees got to run. Then all of a sudden, what? So I'm telling the person, I said, wait a minute. This is your home stadium. You're getting outsung. No, we can't do this. Wrong time, wrong place. I was like, okay, I got to chill.
It didn't matter, right?
Segregation in Europe.
Hold up, Deborah.
Go ahead.
Deborah, I love you, but I didn't realize you are a Cowboys fan. Our relationship has changed now, Deborah. I'm sorry, it's changed.
And you know what? Debbie knows sports because me and Debbie will get into it. I think she's better at basketball than football.
I can believe that.
Sports. She knows sports.
I'm still your friend. I'm still your friend. Always and forever. Lionel Richie. I'm sorry. Esther always gonna say something deep. What other activity do we engage in that affects us to internally emotionalize as football?
Intensely emotional as football.
Yeah. What's that, BP?
Blood pressure.
Oh, your blood pressure raising, loud outbursts, throwing that. Well, you know,
Just like any sport.
any sport.
Any sport.
I've seen baseball fans do it.
Yeah.
Wait,
Basketball.
Boxing.
Simon thought BP. He was like, black people racing?
Black people. No, I didn't. But anyway, black people raising loud outbursts. Oh,
Let's have a family cookout.
yeah. And I wouldn't say black people because I'm mixed. So.
All right. I heard that too, Simon.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But
That's all sports, though.
All sports.
No, but football really, to tell you the truth, football is one of those sports where you do really, stand up during a touchdown. Your team is, for instance, I didn't watch the game, but if I did and Dak threw that touchdown in the last second, or I'd have been going crazy. I'd have been like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You do get a little bit rowdy in football.
No, it's automatic, and you be clapping your hands, just like when we beat Cincinnati. We could hear the neighbors upstairs. We were out there yelling and being and stomping. He's like, hey. But yeah, I think it's a lot of sport. It may not just have to be sports neither. If you're into something really deep,
There you go.
and if you're passionate about something, you could elevate. So,
Teachers need. Oh, you got this.
No, go ahead. No, we always have this conversation. Go ahead.
Teachers need more money. They're grossly underpaid, and these classes in schools are sometimes dangerous now. How are sports helping anybody?
It's a way out of their situation. Scholarships can help those students who are, shall I say, athletic enough to get out of a certain situation and help them progress in life.
Here's the situation.
sports.
What teacher brings in millions of dollars to their school?
None. Not in Oprah.
What athlete brings in millions of dollars to the stadium? Almost all of them.
All of them.
Because you go to watch them play. Nobody goes to watch teachers teach.
Unfortunately.
And again, sports, entertainment, they're all businesses. If you bring in money, they're going to pay you. That's why college professors get paid more than high school teachers, because they're bringing in money to go to that school. That teacher at that college is helping that school bring students in, which brings money in, so I'm going to pay you more money. High school gets paid more than elementary. It's a shame. I agree that a football player who can throw the ball around is making $20 million a year, and the teacher that taught him how to read and write so he can get that contract is getting, $50,000 a year. But it's just, again, revenue.
You should love football because it's exciting. The plays, the coaches, you have to go to live games and feel the exhilaration. You also have fun, which is very important too.
Yes.
When you go to a game, and if there is a good crowd, you just get into it, and you start yelling. One thing she says to those who really like the game, likes all the strategic stuff that goes on, where the tight ends go, the receivers, the quarterback's going to throw, where even the linemen run, with all that stuff that, when people really get deep, when they know, oh, why did he do that? Why did he roll out? That's when you really get, and I think that's where people who are watching for the first time, they may get lost, because when they hear you or us talk about it, you're going, huh? They did what? They rolled where? What did he do? And
Yeah, you're right. But I mean, look at how American football, people who love American football have a hard time watching soccer because of the pace of the game, right? You watch somebody who watches the world football, soccer, as we say, right? We're like, oh my God, that game was great. And a person's like, it was 1-0.
0-0.
What was great about it?
And he's
We who
0-0.
understand the game will say, no, you got to understand because how there's so much to it because you get to understand the game. So the same way with football. There might be a game that was 21-17, but it was a great game because on 3rd and 4, when it had to make a stop, the defense made the stop, right? Or the offense made a play on 3rd and 20. You're like, oh my, it's those things, it's those little nuances of the game that make it great. The full game, you may never get to love it. But like I think it was Ann, like Ann said, when you go to the game, first of all, you feed off other people's energy. If the crowd is energized, you just begin to, and that's all sports. Because I went to tennis. I thought I was going to be like, oh, let's watch tennis. But I was so excited watching that game. I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So it's much different.
Okay, Ken says, I have played football now.
We got 2 minutes.
I watched only the Super Bowl. But I know people that love, what's this? Love team only fly in games, but I can say none of, okay.
But see, a lot of people do that.
Yeah, they only watch the Super Bowl.
Watch the Super Bowl, and they're really not actually watching the Super Bowl. They want to see what the entertainment is.
Right.
Yeah, they're there for the camaraderie.
But all you done though is push the button on your TV. Then all of a sudden they think you're watching the Super Bowl, but you're really not. You're watching the entertainment, but you've already subscribed and pushed that button. What?
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Ken.
And Nadine says, exactly. Teachers get the short end of the stick. Where would you go without an education?
Which is true.
Which is true. We're not disagreeing with
we're
that.
not disagreeing with that. And we do think they should get paid more because
you could become president.
Exactly.
Speaking of, next week's show is going to be a special show. Anyway, so next week's show is going to be a special show. We want everybody, your mom and them, to join. Our presiding bishop will be with us next week to talk about Your Vote Matters. With this upcoming election is coming up, you don't want to miss this special program. Yeah. It may be a little extended program because there's going to be a lot going on in this episode. So join in next Monday at 7:30. Our presiding bishop will be here, Dr. Monroe Saunders Jr. from the prelate of the United Church of Jesus Christ. So tell everybody. Join us by Facebook, YouTube. Find some way to connect to us.
Yeah, watch us, and please, this is one of those shows where Ken should like because it's talking about the reason why.
He'll be on.
We talked last week about the different issues, or 2 weeks ago we talked about the issues, but this is going to be something where he's going to talk about the reason why. It's coming from a distinguished, very, very knowledgeable, very, very well-known man of God, and he's going to bring it. So if you have somebody who is wavering who they're going to vote for, have them come, especially the Christians that are out there wavering, have them come and listen to the show. For those, I think it's going to be one of the best shows that we're going to have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right, so stay tuned next week, and you will just hear
us say, you're welcome.